Welcome back, Five Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, Five Aces here. A unique opportunity has kind of presented itself and I'm about to seize the day because I've got time to cast a second match today. It is, for you it's probably going to be 1 week later. For me it is just 5 hours later. As it stands, we do have ourselves a matchup that has been tried and tested a couple times. We've got Happy 2.0, whose trajectory we'll be observing because he is a very strong player. And he is squaring off here against the Admiral himself, the Soviet Navy here being commanded by Mo. It's a bit of a rough map for the Naval General. If you've ever played Advance Wars, you know how tough that can be. Advance Wars, fantastic game, and I remember there being this one general, I think it was called Drake, who would only work on naval maps really, because his strength was literally just having stronger navy. And the same holds true here for Mr. Mo, who's gotten 50% damage bonus on all of his naval assets. Too bad navy sucks. Alright, we are finding ourselves here on Bloody Winter, and Happy going for a super defensive start, as is the case usually, and very aggressive posturing from Mo, who is trying to maybe intercept a rifle. But he's gonna get cleaned up. Yeah, Mo is gonna be taken to the cleaner here. RIP. And thus the NG does once more escape unscathed. Same is true on the other side. So really it's just trade rifles. Mo trading a little down, but that's to be expected, to be honest, in the early game. Oh, his harvester's a bit clogged. The war factory timings being completely identical. So, what has been happening recently? We're having finals. So it's been really stressful. On Monday I'm gonna have a conference, a great conference, and being the head teacher of a class that is notoriously difficult is actually the class is so difficult right now, or being so difficult right now, that they actually postpone some of the other class conferences in favor of mine. So they're like, yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of things to talk about, and I'm gonna have something I'll have to let you in on. Is that, you know, final examinations, it's like the SAT, that's kind of a serious deal. People have been cheating on those, and there was to be found out in one of the classes that I do teach, and the way they did it was just absolutely astonishing to me. So, they do have smartwatches, and we do check for smartwatches, we do check for Bluetooth devices, we do check for everything. There's also screen recordings. But nothing came up really, except one of the people who did the graduations didn't. He really produced a text that was way above his league, where to the point where he couldn't explain the words that he used afterwards. And first I'm like, okay, maybe ChatGPT, maybe he got his hands on some ChatGPT action. But we checked the screen recordings and nothing came up. So we did some sleuthing. Oh, nice snipe here. What we found out was that the smartwatch was connected to a Bluetooth device. The Bluetooth device was a small earplug, except he didn't wear it in his ear because that would have raised some suspicions. What he did was have this little earplug in his basically in his sleeve, and it's so small that you can't really see it. And what he did with it is he had someone else, he also had a camera in it, and he basically showed the entire test to that person. Oh wow, rifle outranging the ranger. And then that person on the other end of the line was, wow, super low. That person on the other end of the line was just feeding him information off this earpiece. And it was so quiet that it was not noticeable. So this is an absolutely crazy level of strategizing, and that person is a professional. That person got paid. I think literally around, we later found out that it's around $70 per hour. Yeah, so just absolutely insane. Mo posturing aggressively here, jeez. Happy does have an entire platoon's worth of infantry. He also is relocating his MCV, so he's just... Oh, my webcam somehow is frozen. People, by the way, are still confused about the webcam. The webcam setup is just what it is. It shows double, I don't know why. No clue, not the faintest. Huh? Some squishes happening here. Mo is back with an empty APC. Why is he sitting here without a front line? Oh, Mo. No, not like this. He's trying to lock down the middle, but that doesn't work if you don't have a front line. To make up for it, he's just crushing stuff with his APC. Yeah, APC is now dead. Man, not the best of trades, to be honest. This map is very narrow and very choke point heavy. So, in come the heavy tanks. You're just a little late to the party. Oh. Okay, that was long distance money, but no, it's just an eco transfer. However, Mo does have an ace up his sleeve. He is going for the radar dome tech right now. I honestly don't dislike this. His position is okay. Economy, they're even. And the combat tab, Happy is expected to be ahead. This is a very vulnerable position though. There is the War Factory and the ore truck. Yeah, the ore truck going down immediately. There is no salvaging this one. The War Factory is so exposed. Difficult to hold. Okay, one of the tanks gets shaved off, but traded for a harvester. I'll take that any day of the week. And right now, let's see the production tab. Happy is also following up with his own radar. Out comes the first airfield with a yak. And we're gonna have a little yak attack. And Happy is kind of scrambling to defend. There is basically nothing. Like, people don't expect the other player going through the mid. Apparently. So, this is gonna be a complete surround. Oh, the crushes are decent, but no more front lines. And Happy is suffering some losses here. At the end of the day, though, he is gonna achieve the cleanup. Probably. Yep. Just about to. Mo should salvage his tank here. That would be an easy 1150 credits. Oh, the V2! It's going for the service depot. And simultaneously, we do have a heavy tank. Oh, got tangled up, but still gets the kill on the ore truck. Very well played. Mo trying to pull Happy apart, and he does have this expansion locked down, but he doesn't yet have the econ. So, a little iffy here. Combat tab is fairly even, and the production, we're seeing aircraft for both players. Economy, Mo is down to 5 harvesters. Wait a sec. He must have lost a couple. Yep. This medium has done a number. But the V2s. He is trying... Is he going for a War Factory snipe? Yeah, he is. He totally is. Okay, that's gonna be super annoying. I mean, it takes 2 V2 volleys plus something. Some little extra chip damage to kill that thing. The Black Hawk, though, is going to be absolutely pivotal here. And this time, it's Happy going through the middle. There is no salvaging this now. Oh, beautiful! Next, going for the service depot. Not half bad so far. Man, the V2 play. Is he gonna get one more missile off? Yep. That is going to be one hell of a dead production line. Okay, what an interesting match here. However, this push is unanswered as of now. Tesla coil coming out as well. Oh, he just pulled it on the wrong side. Happy can just transition to the other side. The heavy still in the eco lines. 8 harvesters under 6. And basically no defense right now. Man, those V2s were absolutely stellar. Happy's now floating. Yep. Scrambling to build his War Factory. That's a big flank. Oh, killed another ore truck. What about the Econ 6 harvesters? This tank is gonna get cleaned up. He needs a miracle to stop this push. This is probably gonna be the nail in the coffin, but some really creative play, I've gotta say. This base here mining completely unopposed. That's gonna pose an issue. So the scaling is going to be absolutely great for Happy. He's got the econ set up so well. Plus Mo is broke and he has basically put all his eggs into the flame tower basket. The basket of fire. Goblet of fire, if you will. Man, that's kind of punishing, isn't it? Oh, no more anti-infantry firepower. So those can tank for quite a while. However, yeah. Cleanup now achieved. There's the flak tracks. Pelting away at the... Oh, he was trying so hard to connect onto the Black Hawks. Nice attempt. And there was still no tech, so Happy was forced into going for light tanks. You know, the parabombs are 2 minutes shy of coming online, and they have been nerfed. They're now single file, but still. Ra 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 go the yaks. Good one. Good strafe. Takes out quite a sizable chunk of this army. Problem is we're not seeing any anti-armor for the time being, so this is going to be a very, very aggressive way of playing this. Happy does have basically everything set up here. The light tanks can do so much. Oh no. They can also kill the yaks while they're landed. That takes so much damage. Conyard dead. Okay. The wheels are coming off this bus quite rapidly. Man, Mo just has nothing. He was on track for a good game. This was supposed to be a bit harder for Happy than it actually turned out to be. Losing his losing his refinery there, losing the MCV. However, the assets, 11k lead. Yeah, there's the mediums, never mind. That is going to be the game ender. Not angling the crash quite right, but the strafe has been really good. Still, this is just not enough. There isn't a sufficient number of units to stop this anymore. Critical mass has been achieved. And speaking of critical mass, we've got ourselves 6 Black Hawks. That is enough to kill a Conyard in one run. I'm about to say strafe, but that doesn't make sense. The armor drying up just a little. Tanya's online, yeah. There's the tech. The tier 3 we've been waiting for. Man, the Black Hawks look so chubby and chunky. No comparison to the old model of the Hind. Cleanup achieved, but at what cost? And there is going to be a Tanya relatively shortly. There she is. One more ore truck down. Okay, still 7 harvesters for Mo, and Happy is broke somehow. What is he producing? I like the idea of V2s, but there is now 7 Black Hawks in the sky. Yeah, sky is going to be filled with a lot of lead. More lead than during those times when gasoline was still leaded. You know, that fun times for all involved. Oh, I know why Mo's floating, because he ain't building much. He ain't building from his war factory. All he's going for is yaks and infantry. That is probably not the right call. And in comes another push. Down goes the power. Yeah. You should use the parabombs. Oh. Oh wait, there's somehow another airfield. Oh, there it is. So the parabombs are potentially still going to be a game changer, but I'm not expecting them to do just that. Yeah, this would be such a vulnerable base. Plus it's got the power farms as well. It doesn't have an MCV. Man. Ra ra ra. Oh no, in comes the airborne cavalry. And the 2 flak trucks must match this. This ain't fun. This ain't gonna be happening. Down goes the yak as well, so no more eyes in the sky. Blackhawks can escape with little to no issues. Spy satellite is 20 seconds shy of coming online. We've got ourselves that as well. And Tanya just marching forward. Yeah, that is the victory march. Unless she gets zapped. Pew pew. Oh, nice snipe on Tanya. But how are you going to stop this push now? This is a very futile attempt. This is one assault move away from being the end of the game. All he needs to do is push through 20 flame towers. That is where all the money of Mo went. Yeah, no more anti-air. No more anti-armor. So that's the end of that. That's all she wrote. And on the other side, we're also seeing a push. Happy with his flanks being very meticulous about setting those up. He has done a very good job here. Yeah, so Happy back to shape, I feel. And down goes the base. I feel Mo had some really creative plays with the V2 specifically in the early game. Early to mid, but kind of fell apart after that. So 8/1 harvesters, yeah. Not the best look anymore. This is now just for funsies. And now that Tanya joins the fray. And push number what? 7, 8? The combat tab is just gonna get worse and worse, yes. It's like up by 50% at that stage. Tanks are being pulled off and going to kill the Conyard in just a minute. Just a minute. Finally recognizes, okay. That there was still some firepower left here. GG. Game number 1 goes to Happy. And with that, we're going to be back in game number 2, hopefully with a working camera. Be right back.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Alright, the camera is doing its thing once more, so hopefully we're going to have an uninterrupted cast this time around. Happy and Mo, with their respective faction picks once more. There is Germany for Happy, there is Russia for Mo. And this time, the spawns are wide far apart. This is the River Styx. Doesn't look like the River Styx at all. You know, if you imagine Styx from Greek mythology, it's usually very much fraught with danger, peril, it's dark, it's basically the river to the underworld. And this looks so lovely and lively. Let's disable the shroud and admire this. I've complained last cast about about the map that they played on being a competitive map that was clearly made with competitive map making in mind. This is the polar opposite. Styx looks gorgeous. Look at the lush, dense forestry here. Look at all this meticulous pixel and tile work. Oh, gorgeous. So the River Styx, book your holidays right now. Lots of forts here. This could be, this reminds me of the one map that Omnom created. Legendary MCV spammer Omnom, where he would just lock down every single part of the map with concrete walls, and he also was a prolific map maker. Made some good ones. And that was one with lots of forts, but it was on a mud tile set. Not on this lush green, which didn't exist back then, because it is a custom tile set. Very aggressive posturing from Happy. He is going forward. Look at the village as well. Oh, it's so imbalanced. Look at those civilians. They're all giving $1 in kill bounties. There is more up in the north than there is down in the south. So clearly not competitive. I don't know what that is about. This push is just completely useless. Don't know what the idea there was. Like, delay 2 seconds of mining time from the harvester. Yeah. Good hustle, my friend. So War Factory timings this time around identical. And Mo does have the combat lead, thanks to the failed push. Maybe it was just for funsies, Happy just throwing some of his units into the meat grinder, saying, hey, it's OpenRA, hashtag lives don't matter. Middle is being claimed here. Ah, it's not quite the middle. Okay. So an even Derrick split on this side, and there's also corner Derricks on sticks. Is there any more objectives? Doesn't look like it. There's a little farmhouse. Garrisoning mechanics are still not in the game, so I mean they're in the Tipsun mod, but not in this one. Simply because they didn't exist back then in RA1. Okay, the APC. I'm missing the NG somehow. Okay, there we go. APC is really lethal early on. The APC usually is a good window where it can inflict some damage if it is coupled with infantry and some good play. But 3 rocket soldiers is usually enough to ward it off or kill it outright. Takes 2 volleys. So you must be really lucky with the crushes. Okay, Mo is super ahead on the on his timing. Does he have -1 refinery? No! Happy just slipping up on the macro. Interesting. But he is finding kills. And single file formation. Oh no. So the early game advantage is nil. Oh god. 2k. 2k already. Just doesn't look like it. Tesla Quill being prepared. Is there gonna be an all-in MCV push onto the main base? I really don't see how this map would be supporting it. This map has the spawns way too far apart. Nah, can't be. Just a safety Tesla, I guess. You can't really rush shock troopers or Tesla tanks either because it's a competitive game, and if you go for tier 3 off of one base, you just straight up lose. On a macro map like this, no less. APC out of position. Where is it? Oh, okay. So they're just trading Derricks. Interesting. That's kind of funny. Okay, so what are we seeing? The first heavies coming online. Mediums are being produced en masse. Barracks are being added on. Happy with another refinery. The big macro game has started. We're seeing the Rangers scurry away to the south. We're also seeing the APC being gobbled up by this infantry. The combat tab is going to just be absolutely devastating for Mo. Sorry, my friend, that's not the way it was supposed to work. What about the production? We're seeing some more heavies being added on, nothing too special. And this should be a massive army advantage for Happy. 4k. Just about what I imagined. Okay, Mo's locking down the middle somehow. Can he actually do anything here? Fighting into this wall of flame is not the best idea. But here comes the Conyard. Okay, you must make a decision here. Interesting, Mo trying to stay and fight with the army rather than dealing with the base push. I don't know. Also, the Tesla coil is way too far in the back. It could have had the range to kill the ore truck. Oh no, not your harvesters! Okay, harvester for harvester this time around. The trades are looking up. But that is one more for Happy. Mo's killing the oil derrick, but that is really to no avail. That is not going to change the outcome of this game at all, because if we're looking at the army, it is looking worse and worse. Economy also, both on 6. Not as bad as I thought. Oh, massive pushes and crushes. There is no more rocket infantry left, and thus this entire blob just goes the way of the dodo. We are looking at a 10k kill discrepancy. Another ore truck has been killed here as well. Man, it's going from bad to worse for Mo. Mo, my friend, this was not your game. This was not your game to take. Army value just skyrocketing for Happy. Man, punishing him so hard. Also reclaiming his own derrick. Nice little attention to detail. We're going to be seeing another push out. This time around, that's a good surround, so this army is going to get cleaned out. But does it change the nature of the game? No. because there is wave number 2. Wave number 2 is going straight into the middle lock that has been attempted. There was an attempt at a lockdown. Even a techie firing his pea shooter. And boom goes the Conyard. And with that out of the way, I feel like Mo being constricted to one base, staying in this game is just a point of vanity. Don't get how he got so much more, because the trades were terrible. The macro was okay for Mo. It was just that he took bad trades. Yeah, happy. Figuring it out immediately. Just took the worst of trades. He lost so much infantry early on. GG. Fair enough. 8 minutes. 2-0 for Happy this time around, but Beta gave him a run for his money last cast, and Mo, unfortunately, this season appears to not be in the shape of his life. But hey, maybe there's going to be some comeback plays. We're going to be observing him very closely. Thank you for watching. Good game for both players. I'll see you next time. 5 aces out. Mo always being sportsmanlike. Well played.
Battle control terminated.